Look at
That's
all
if
my
you're not
natural supplements, Leo.
Wow, a lot of supplements.
Trying to get healthy over here.
So fats, carbs, and protein says, what are your thoughts on trained by JP stating your first cycle should be 250 milligrams of test, second 300 milligrams, third 400 milligrams, and fourth 500 milligrams. He said it's best to get the most out of the least, but this just seems awfully slow to me. What's you guys' opinion?
Well, I don't think he practices what he preaches because I know.
No, yeah, I know that.
But the problem with this JP guy is, by the way, he's been super nice with me. He connected me with his web guy who ended up helping me with a problem. He's always been super nice to me, but I think everyone's super nice to me. For instance, I have many people that are high up in the industry that always email me asking me how my health is, which it feels good knowing that these people are doing that, but a lot of them are like scammers and like con artists. So I think they're like, no, I'm serious. And I think a lot of them, and I'm like, even Matt Jansen messaged me like, I hope you're doing well or whatever. I think they want to kiss up to me because they know I'll call them out and they want to just be nice with me, right? And yeah. I get that vibe. They're not truly sincere about it. They just want to kiss up to me. But what was I getting at again?
Yeah, about JP, trained by JP, the dosages.
JP. Yeah, so I've gotten so many emails too about this guy that he just one response, short response. I guess his wife does a lot of his programs and that he's not involved at all. But then obviously he has his top pros like Jamie Johal that he's, great with. So they call him the Matt Jansen of the UK.
Oh, really? Well, he's known. I've heard a lot about his forum. He's known to be like really rude to people on the forum.
He's the most successful. He's probably the most successful. Him and John Meadows are probably the most successful people in the bodybuilding world, besides probably Bleu. Bleu has more clients, but that JP guy makes so much on his forum that he's probably the number one guy.
But I thought this was a good question because last week we had this question about 250 milligrams a cycle review, and the guy was taking 250 for his first cycle with barely anything else. And me and you were talking about where did this 250 thing come in? Well, we got a lot of comments on that clip. So, and then Derek came and commented also. So somebody, apparently there's a lot of people that recommend that. One of them is Broderick Chavez. Another one is, there's Broderick Chavez and there's Victor. I think Victor, I don't know about Victor, but there's a bunch of people. Oh, JP is one of them. And then there's Steve, our buddy, and Derek. So I wanted to clarify. Derek responded to one of the guys because one of the guys was like, well, Derek is one of the guys that recommends this, and there's good reason. It's so that you get the most out of the least, which is absolutely true. Makes sense. Derek responded and said, I don't recommend it for everybody. It depends on different people. I wanted to comment on this. What Bostin and I were saying, well, Bostin was saying something different than me. Bostin was saying, why go on cycle from being natural to take 250 milligrams and then go off cycle after? You're just hurting your reproductive organs, your ability to synthesize steroids, and you're doing it for a low potential gain, is what Boston was saying. I'm saying something even further. Why do that? Why cycle and why not use HCG? So if you're not cycling, of course, start with the lowest dose. And you can increase that dose every few weeks when you notice tachyphylaxis or it's not working for you anymore. That way you have the least harm for the your least effective dose.
Look at all my natural supplements, Leo.
Wow, a lot of supplements.
Trying to get healthy over here.
But so the point is basically, my issue was just this. There's no problem with a 250 milligram cycle as long as you used HCG. So it didn't put you in backwards.
There we go. If you cruise on 250, take HCG, 500 IU 3 times a week. Like, do that. It'll make your physique so much better too. I don't understand why people just run testosterone. It's like, what the fuck? Like, 250 tests, dude. This is the thing, Leo. If somebody has 400 test levels naturally, low, 300, 400, and they take 250 tests, yes, they're going to get amazing results because it's going to bring their levels up to like 1,000, 1,500, right?
But once they go off cycle, those results are going to go away.
Exactly. But if you're an athlete and your testosterone is already 900, 800, like a lot of athletes, and you take 250, it's absolutely pointless because you would just get a couple hundred points.
That's what Derek was saying too. So we're all in agreement. We're just saying if you're going to use 250, don't I don't know what the word is, but don't shoot yourself in the foot. Take your HCG with it. And later, that way you don't have to go off very quickly. You're using a low dose. You can check your biomarkers. You can decide I want to use something more and get more out of it.
I'm convinced that HCG is better for fat loss than growth hormone sometimes.
Seriously?
Dude, I'm not saying that it's great. When I'm doing my high fertility protocol, which is 5,000 IU every other day, that shit is like I'm on a cycle.
It's wonderful, isn't it? It feels great. When you take 5,000 or 2,500 to 5,000 every other day, at that dose, 250 milligrams of test would do nothing for you. It would do nothing. It's probably the same feeling as being on 250, unless you have issues with your gonads.
HGH is a long-term fat burning thing. It doesn't happen immediately. Like Bleu is doing the IV shit in like morphing. Yes, I agree with that. But if you're taking a normal 2 to 4 IUs of growth hormone sub-Q, you're not going to burn a ton of fat right away. No. But HCG works immediately.
That's fascinating. I never heard of that idea before. Okay, guys. So another question.
This is why I know this, Leo. I've had clients cruise without HCG, and I've had clients cruise without HCG because they couldn't pick it up or couldn't afford it. It's a night and day difference how they can continue to improve while using HCG.
Fantastic. This is great confirmation.
Awesome.